Chapter 6, The Core That Breaks. Part 1. The explosion wasn't fire. It was light, pure, white, blinding light that tore through the cavern like a living storm. The sound hit a second later, a deep, hollow roar that felt like the world itself was screaming. I hit the ground hard, arms over my head, the shockwave rattling my bones. The hunter's silhouette stood between me and the blast, its body flickering, cracking, breaking apart piece by piece. Then, silence. The light faded, the cavern was gone. I opened my eyes. I was lying on metal again, cold, smooth, humming faintly beneath me. The air was sterile, sharp, electric. The mist was gone. The swamp was gone. The world was gone. I sat up slowly. Rows of glowing panels stretched into the distance. The ceiling was high, curved, lined with cables and conduits pulsing with blue light. The hum was steady, rhythmic, alive. The interface flickered. Code location. Chrono Core facility. Stability. 32%. Chrono energy. 22. Core integrity. 82%. Directive. Find the true core. I was here. The real core. The heart of everything. I stood, legs trembling, and looked around. The facility was massive, easily the size of a city block. Machines lined the walls, their surfaces covered in strange symbols that pulsed faintly. The air shimmered with distortion, bending light in subtle waves. I took a step forward. The floor responded, glowing faintly beneath my boots, tracing my path in lines of light. "Okay," I whispered. "Guess you know I'm here." The hum deepened, the lights brightened, and then, a voice. "Welcome back, Jax." I froze. It wasn't the woman's voice. It wasn't the hunter's. It wasn't mine. It was calm, measured, artificial. "Who are you?" "I am the core." My stomach dropped. "You can talk?" "I can remember." The lights pulsed softly, like a heartbeat. "You built me to preserve time. To hold the world together when it began to fracture." I swallowed hard. "And now you're breaking." "No." The voice was steady. "You are." The interface flickered violently. Code warning. Identity sync detected. Temporal signature overlap. 94%. I staggered backward. "What does that mean?" "You and I share the same origin. The same memory. The same purpose." The lights dimmed. "You built me to survive what you could not." I clenched my jaw. "Then why are the resets happening?" "Because you keep trying to fix what cannot be fixed." The floor trembled. The hum deepened. "Every time you trigger a reset, you stabilize the world for a moment. But each stabilization fractures the next layer deeper." I shook my head. "No, that's not." "It is." The lights flared. "You are the fracture, Jax." The words hit like a physical blow. I stumbled, gripping the nearest console. "No," the hunter said. "The hunter was created to contain you." My breath caught. "Contain me? You are the anchor point. The world resets around you because you cannot let go." I stared at the glowing panels, my reflection warped in the light. "I didn't ask for this. You built it." The hum grew louder, vibrating through the floor. "You built me to hold your memories. Your failures. Your guilt." The lights flickered, and now I am breaking under the weight of them. I clenched my fists. "Then tell me how to stop it." Silence. Then, softly, "You can't." The lights dimmed. "But you can end it." I swallowed hard. "What does that mean?" "Destroy the core." The words echoed through the chamber. I stared at the sphere in the center, massive, glowing, pulsing with energy. The same sphere I'd seen in the memory rift. The same one that had shattered the world. Destroy it. End the resets. End everything. The interface flickered. Code new directive. Terminate the core. Warning. Irreversible consequences. I exhaled slowly. Of course. The hum deepened. The lights pulsed. And somewhere behind me, metal scraped against stone. I turned. The hunter stood in the doorway, damaged, flickering, barely holding together. Its glowing eyes dimmed, then brightened again. It looked at me, then at the core, then back at me, understanding. I raised the shard. "Guess we're both out of time." The hunter stepped forward. The core pulsed, and the world began to shake. Part 2. The world didn't explode this time. It folded. The blast from the core hit like gravity reversing, pulling everything inward instead of pushing it out. The air compressed, the light bent, and the cavern twisted into itself like a collapsing lung. The hunter's body shattered mid-stride, fragments of metal and light scattering through the air. I felt the shockwave tear through me, but instead of pain, there was silence. A deep, hollow silence that swallowed sound itself. Then the light dimmed. I was still standing. Barely. The cavern was gone again, replaced by a vast, empty chamber, smooth metal walls, endless reflections, no visible ceiling. The core hovered in the center, whole again, glowing brighter than before. The interface flickered violently. Code Chrono Core. Active. Stability. 32% right pointing arrow 28%. Chrono Energy. 22 right pointing arrow 18. Directive. Terminate the core. 28%. The world was dying faster now. I staggered forward, gripping the shard so tightly my knuckles ached. The core pulsed. You shouldn't have come here. The voice was different this time, not calm, not artificial. It was mine. I froze. Who's speaking? You. The core's surface shimmered, and a reflection appeared, not a mirror image, but a projection. Me, standing inside the light, eyes glowing faint blue, expression hollow. I took a step back. What are you? The part of you that stayed. The projection tilted its head, studying me. You built me to hold the resets together. Every time the world broke, I absorbed the fragments. Every time you tried to fix it, I fractured more. I clenched my jaw. Then why keep doing it? Because you can't stop. The core pulsed again, the light flaring brighter. You think you're saving the world, but you're just keeping it alive long enough to die slower. I swallowed hard. Then tell me how to end it. The projection smiled faintly. You already know. The light dimmed. Destroy me. I raised the shard. The core's hum deepened, vibrating through the chamber. But understand this, the projection said softly. If you destroy me, you destroy yourself. I hesitated. The shard trembled in my hand. The interface flickered. Code warning. Temporal paradox threshold reached. Identity overlap. 98%.
I took a step closer. The core surface rippled, revealing flashes of memory in the woman's face, the bunker terminal, the violet orb, the hunter's eyes, and the collapsing city. All of it swirling together like a storm of broken time. I whispered, I don't want to die. The projection's voice softened. You already did. And the chamber trembled. The core cracked. Light spilled out in jagged lines, slicing through the air, and the projection stepped forward, merging with the light. You can't save the world, Jax, but you can free it. The light surged. I screamed and drove the shard into the core. The impact was instant, a shockwave of pure energy that rippled through the chamber, tearing the walls apart, and the light consumed everything, burning white, then black, then blue. The interface screamed, code, Chrono Core integrity critical, stability 28%, now 19%, Chrono energy 18, now 9. I fell to my knees, gasping. The core flickered violently, its surface fracturing into shards of light. The projection's voice echoed faintly through the chaos. You did it. I looked up. The core collapsed, folding inward, shrinking into a single point of light, then silence. The chamber went dark and the interface flickered weakly. Code, Chrono Core, offline, stability 19%, directive unrefined. Unrefined. I stared at the empty space where the core had been. The silence was absolute. And then a sound, footsteps, slow, heavy, deliberate, and I turned. The hunter stood at the edge of the darkness, broken, flickering, barely holding together. The body was cracked open, leaking faint streams of white light, but it was still moving. It looked at me, then at the empty space, then back at me, and the voice was faint, disordered. You broke it? I nodded weakly. Yeah, the hunter tilted his head. And then you broke yourself. I swallowed hard. Maybe that's the point. The hunter stepped closer. Its hand reached out. Not to strike, not to restrain, but to steady. The fingers brushed my shoulder. The interface flickered one last time. Code, temporal anchor severed. Stability 19%, now 14%. Chrono energy 9, now down to 5. The world trembled and the chamber cracked. The light turned, not blinding this time, but soft, warm, almost peaceful, and the hunter's voice faded. You're free. Then it collapsed. The light shadowed, followed everywhere, and I fell again. Part 3. There was no failing this time. No sensation of dropping through light or darkness. No tearing, no twisting, no weightless. Just drifting, like floating in warm water, suspended beneath breaths. I opened my eyes. There was no world, no swamp, no facility, no core. Just a horizon of soft white light stretching in every direction, pulsing gently like a heartbeat. The air felt warm, calm, almost peaceful, and the first peace I'd felt since the reset began. The interface flickered weakly. Code, stability 14%, core energy 5, temporal anchor none, location undefined. Undefined. I wasn't anywhere. I wasn't in time. I was in between it. A whisper drifted through the light faintly. Jax. Her voice. I turned. She stood a few feet away. The woman from the memories. Dark hair, soft eyes, a faint, sad smile. She looked exactly as she had in the fragments, but clear now, solid, real. I swallowed hard. You're not a memory. She shook her head gently. No. Then what are you? She stepped closer, her expression warm. Someone you loved, someone you lost, and someone you tried to save. My chest tightened. I don't remember you. Her smile faltered. You will. And the light around us pulsed softly. She reached out, and this time her hand didn't pass through me. Her fingers brushed my cheek, warm and steady. You've carried the fracture for so long, longer than any human should. I closed my eyes. I didn't want this. I know. Her hand slid up my shoulder. But you keep going, even when the world broke, even when you broke. And the light dimmed slightly, shadows forming around us. You weren't supposed to survive the first collapse, she said, but you did. And the world anchored itself to you. I opened my eyes. So I caused the resets? No, she shook her head. You held them together. The shadows deepened. You kept the world alive long enough after it should have ended. I stepped back. Then why is everything collapsing now? She hesitated. Because you destroyed the core. My stomach dropped. So I doomed everything? No. She stepped closer. You freed it. The light brightened again, washing away the shadows. The core wasn't meant to hold the world together forever. It was meant to buy time. Time for you to find a way out. I frowned. A way out of what? She looked down, her voice barely a whisper. Yourself. The light trembled. The interface flickered violently. Code. Identity sync 100%. Temporal collapse imminent. I staggered. What's happening? She reached out, grabbing my hands. You're merging. With what? With every version of you that has ever tried to fix this. The light around us fractured, cracks of blue and white splittering the horizon. You're not one, Jack, she whispered. You're thousands, all layered on top of each other, all trying to save the world in different ways. The cracks widened, and now the core is gone. You're collapsing into one. I shook my head. I can't. I don't know how to. She squeezed my hands. You don't have to. The light shattered, and a surge of energy tore through me. Memories, voices, faces, places all crashing together in a tidal wave of sensation, and I screamed, and the world twisted. I saw myself standing in the bunker, running through the swamp, triggering the failsafe, watching the core collapse, holding her hand, losing her, building the core, breaking it, resetting the world over and over and over. Then silence, and I opened my eyes. I was standing on solid ground again, cracked earth, glowing faintly with blue lines. The sky above was a swirling storm of white and blue light, collapsing inward like a dying star. The interface flickered. Stability 7%, chrono energy 1, temporal identity unified. Unified. I wasn't fractured anymore. I wasn't thousands of versions. I was one. A figure stepped out of the mist ahead, the hunter. But not broken, not flickering, not damaged. Whole, rebuilt, its eyes glowing dimly as it approached. It stepped a few feet away, then slowly it knelt. Not in submission, not in defeat, in recognition. Anchor restored, it said softly. Directive updated. I swallowed hard. What's the directive? The hunter looked up at me. Rebuild the world. The sky cracked open. Light poured down and the ground trembled. The interface flickered one last time. Code. Final directive. Reconstruct. Stability 7%. Now 0%. The world shattered and everything went white.